Hello! It has been a while since I've done a declutter video. I don't do them that often because I don't have that much stuff typically to declutter, especially when it comes to makeup and those sorts of things. But as I said, it's been a while, probably at least a year, close to a year since I've gone through and decluttered things. So I wanted to go ahead and do that. Mainly because I recently used a lip product and noticed that it was smelling a bit off. And that's never a good thing, and just reminded me that I should probably go back through things and get rid of things that are no good or I'm no longer wearing. So for this video, I'm going to be going through my lip products, but I'm going to be doing another declutter video where I go through my makeup drawer and kind of go through my everyday makeup, such as highlighters, blushes, foundations, those things, and get rid of things that I'm not using or that have gone bad as well, because I noticed recently that there's quite a bit in there I'm not using. So stay tuned for that declutter video as well. But for today, we'll just get right into the lip products. If I've counted correctly, I counted 33 total lip products. Now that's lipstick, lip gloss, liquid lip, lip liner, basically every lip product I own except for like chapstick or lip balm. I'm going to break it into smaller sections so that you can see a little bit better. I still think 33 lip products is quite a lot for one person, because especially when I don't wear them every day, I'll never get through them completely if I have that many. And of course, Sir Duncan's going to be curious as to what I'm doing during this video, so if you see him pop in at any point, that's why. I don't think I've used any of these lip liners since I did my last declutter video. So that just goes to show that I'm really not using them much. And this one is getting quite old and beat up looking, so I think I will declutter this one. This is one from Sephora that's just a more nude, neutral color. Again, haven't really used it, but it's still in good condition, and I'm going to hang on to it for a bit in case I find that I need a nude lip liner. This is a red from Milani, and I am going to also hold on to this one because if there's any lip liner that I need, it's a red lip liner when I wear red lipsticks and things like that to keep it from bleeding outside of my lips. Next up are these two products from Galactic. I basically use them as shimmer toppers, and I still do really like them. They still work well. Let me just do a smell test. Both still smell fine to me, so I will keep those. This is a liquid lipstick from Ofra in the color Story. This was from Samantha March's collection that she had done with them. Unfortunately, this is the one that I was talking about that smells like it has gone off, which is to be expected because I have had it for a few years. So unfortunately, I am going to have to get rid of that one. This is the other one that came along with that set, Pasadena, and since I got it around the same time, or they came together rather, and I just checked for smell and it also smells off, so I'm going to have to get rid of that one as well. These NARS pencils should all still be good. This is in the color Sex Machine. This is Mexican Rose, and this is Cruella, and they can be sharpened, so they should be fine as far as, say, expiration wise. They don't smell. However, I think if I haven't used them or used them significantly more by my next declutter, I would probably get rid of them because I have had them for a while. But for now, I am going to hang on to them. This is a liquid lipstick from Phase Zero in the color Undercover. I got this in an Ipsy, and I'm going to hang on to it because it's still good, and it is a lip color that I really like to wear and wears nicely. However, I do typically put a gloss or something over it because sometimes the matte ones are a bit too matte and don't make your lips look super nice. So, but I will be keeping that one. Next is what is being described as a lip souffle from Rare Beauty, and it's in the color Fearless. And I do think I'm going to get rid of this one. It is a little bit dark for me, and a lot of times, especially with this formula, I don't like to wear things that are super dark, and it's honestly leaning a little more brown. So because I don't love the color of it, I don't really find myself reaching for it, and since I'm trying to be as cutthroat as I can with this, I'm going to get rid of that one. Next is this one from Misha Beauty. Again, I got this in an Ipsy, and so it's a little bit on the newer side for me. It doesn't smell like it's off or anything. It's a really nice neutral, just easy to, I mean, it doesn't look as neutral on my hand, but it is when it goes on the lips. So if I want something just to add a little bit of tint of color, but not be a full-on lipstick, this is a nice one to have. So I am going to hang on to it for now. This next one is from Bite Beauty, and while I do like the color of it, I know that Bite Beauty is either going out of business or no longer in business, and their products also are more natural or food grade, so they don't last as long as some of the others, and I have had this for a while. So because of all those factors, even though I do like wearing it, it's probably not a good idea for me to hold on to it, and I'm going to get rid of it. Next up is a mini from Tom Ford. I really do like the Tom Ford lipsticks, but they're way too expensive for my price range. But as you can see, I basically used this up. I don't think I'm going to be able to get much more out of it. So I was trying to hold on to it for an empties, but I think I'm basically down to the end. I'm just going to get rid of it, and maybe I'll use this footage to mention it in an empties, but I think it's time for that one to go. But I do feel like it's quite an accomplishment for me to have used up an entire lipstick, even if it is a mini. But I wish that all lipsticks came in minis, because it's highly unlikely that I'm going to go through a full lipstick before it goes bad, but apparently I can go through a mini. So hopefully they'll make more and more minis of things. But this Tom Ford one, which is in the color Indian Rose, is gonna go. And of course, the closer I get to the end, the harder time I'm going to have. But this next one is a ColourPop lippy stick, and it's in the color Brink. I know these are old, and yet I have a hard time parting with them. And the other one is in the color Julep. I know I've also had this forever, but again, because I like the colors of them, I have a hard time parting with them. Oh boy. I'm gonna take a moment and see if I can look up expirations, but I have a feeling that even if I could, they would be long past, but let's see. Hold a moment. From what I can find from ColourPop, their lip products are good for 2 years, unopened, 9 to 12 months if they've been opened. And these have been opened for many years. So while they don't smell off, and while I do like the colors, the fact that I've had them long past the recommended date makes me think I should get rid of them, because I don't want to be using things that are expired on my face or mouth. So as much as it pains me, it's time to get rid of my lippy sticks. But this is why I need to do this, because I think if I have less of everything, then I'll use more of what I have, and then I won't have as much to be decluttering or getting rid of, and maybe even I can get new stuff, but only when I've gone through some of what I've used up, because I don't want to just add a bunch more stuff in that then could potentially go bad. But the two lippy sticks are gonna go. These are probably two of my favorite lipsticks. They are from Milani in their matte line, but even though they say matte, they're not super matte like a liquid lip would be. And this one is Matte Darling, this one is Matte Orchid, and I just love the colors of them, the formula of them. They go on nice and smooth and creamy. This Matte Darling one is especially a favorite because it's just, to me, the perfect pinky nude. But like I said, it's very hard for me to part with them because they're favorites. But I looked back on when I got them and it's been far too long. So I think that as much as it pains me, it's time for them to go because they are guaranteed far past their expiration date. Even though they don't smell off, they are definitely expired. So sadly, I have to part with them and I will miss them, but I can always see if I can try to replace these colors with something newer. This is a NYX Butter Lipstick in the color Explosive with an F. And again, it's a nice, easy to wear neutral, but looked it up and it's also expired. So I guess I'm gonna have to get rid of that one as well. This is becoming much more of a declutter than I originally anticipated, but it's for the best because I shouldn't be wearing expired products. Next, I have an e.l.f. lipstick. This is from their Seriously Satin line, and this is in the color Taffy. It's a little bit more of a reddish nude, and well, it's probably on its last legs because it's close to expiring. It's not quite expired, so I'm going to hang on to it. I'm sorry to say that this Rimmel pink lipstick is the worst offender yet and is beyond expired, but the good news is at least I almost entirely used this one, and that's a full-size lipstick, so I don't feel quite so bad about getting rid of that one. But man, am I going to have any lipsticks left by the end of this? I do not know. Another one that I love, this YSL lipstick, because YSL is expensive and I got it as a gift. And it's just a very nude pink kind of sheer. And I love it for the formula, the beautiful packaging, the color. But again, looked up the batch code and it's well beyond expired. So again, as difficult as this is for me, I'm gonna have to let it go. Next, I have this lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury in the color Pillow Talk 2. It's a little bit on the darker, more matte side. I don't wear it that often, but it is still good and on the newer side, so I will give it a little bit more time and a little bit more chance. These ColourPop Disney Designer Princess Collection ones have no way really for me to look them up, and they are some of my favorites just because they're Disney Princess and kind of a little more collector for me, but I do still wear them and really like them. And while they probably are really nearing the end of when I could use them, now that I'm decluttering a bunch from my collection, hopefully it will get me to wear and use them more, so I am going to hang on to them for now. Now I'm going to move on to lip gloss, which is all that's left. This is an Ofra gloss that I think came in a subscription at one time. It doesn't say, oh, the color's just natural, but it is starting to smell off and is probably getting old, so I'm going to get rid of it. This is one from Charlotte Tilbury that's got a little bit of a tint to it and some shimmer in it, as you can see. I'm just going to check the date on this one. You know what? I believe it came with that lipstick and says it's good for 24 months, so I think this one is still good, and I will hold on to it. This is a basic clear gloss from Essence. Says it's good for 12 months. Doesn't smell like it's gone off to me or anything, but is probably on its way out, so I may want to think about replacing it with another clear gloss, but for now, I'm going to hold on to it. This is an Ofra gloss from Samantha. I believe I got it a little more recently than those liquid lips, and I'm going to hang on to it for now, but again, I think it's on its last legs. And the final gloss and lip product for this video is this Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This is probably the newest lip product to my collection. I have it in the color Silk, so I'm going to hang on to it because it is newer to me and I know it's still good and I'm enjoying using it. I'm somewhat proud to say that I'm decluttering almost half my collection, because in the beginning I said I have a total of 33 and I'm decluttering 16 of them and keeping 17. And Granted, some of the 16 was not necessarily by choice, it was because of things being expired, but still whittling down nearly half of my lip collection for someone like me who loves lip products, I think is quite a feat, and I seem to be getting a smaller and smaller collection every time that I do these, and the hope is that it will make me use more of what I have in the 17 that are left and use them up more before they go bad. So I don't plan on adding a whole lot new to my collection because I do want to use what I currently have, but we will see how it goes with the 17 that I have left. That's the 17 that I'm keeping. Don't quite have as many color options now because, let's see, I've got 3 reds, 1 pink, some nudes, and a little bit of darker colors as well as the glosses. But that is my lip declutter for this time around. Also, I went back to try to find some information and realized that my last lip declutter was not a year ago. It was more like 6 months ago. But apparently that feels longer ago than I think. Maybe I'll try to continue doing these every 6 months. We will see how it goes. But yeah, that's it for this lip declutter. Stay tuned for my declutter video that's going to come after this, where I go through some other makeup products. But if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up so that I know you enjoy my declutter videos. If you're not subscribed yet, I hope you will consider doing so you can see all the different videos I have to share with you. And I will see you soon in another video. Bye!